Hey, how you doing, my friends? This is Solomon, Solomon's Ultimate Strategies. Today, I'm going to give you a powerful, simple, yet profound concept, right? Today's video is called Live with Passion. How do you live with passion, right? Well, some of you, are broke. Some of you are single. Some of you are alone. Some of you are, many of you are depressed, right? And I'm going to tell you something. This is a foresight, right? Depending on when you listen to this audio program or video, it's a foresight. And my foresight is this, that it's just going to get that much more difficult. And if you don't utilize the concepts that I'm about to teach you today, right? You're gonna mess yourself up. You're gonna screw yourself up, and you're gonna live a life either achieving someone else's goals, or you're gonna live a life of turmoil, of depression, of sadness, of loneliness. And it's not until I developed that, I didn't develop this, I learned. It's not until I utilized and I implemented these same strategies that I was able to go from living from the slums, from the projects, right, to living in mansions around the world, right, traveling around the world, to go from a private to a captain, to go from a private, not knowing anyone, to surrounding myself with generals, and I was the general's aide, to go from a private to then surround myself with the Secretary of States and Secretary of Defense, Colin Powell and Madeleine Albright, President Bush Sr., President Bush Jr., all these different people, to go from having nothing to surrounding myself with millionaires and billionaires. My friends, it's the same exact concept that allows me to live a life of total passion. The same exact concepts that allow me to find the woman of my dreams. All these concepts that I teach you at Solomon's Ultimate Strategies have a profound impact, and they're universal. What do I mean? They're universal because they impact, you can utilize and implement it in your business, you can utilize and implement it in your personal life, in your professional life. And that's why I put these programs together. Some people are paying over $200 just to subscribe every month to my membership. And if you join my business, you get it for free. Powerful, powerful concept. And I'm providing you with the cutting edge of human behavior, of human psychology, and also the cutting edge of business principles and marketing principles that will allow you to be the person that you always desire to be, and achieve the success and the wealth that you always decided that you wanted. And then you're meant to have. You're meant to be successful. You're meant to be the person of tremendous impact, of tremendous influence. But the question is, do you understand the concept of mastering influence? Many people do not. Do you understand the concept of marketing business principles, of business marketing principles, right? Many of you do not. And that's why I created the Solomon's Ultimate Strategies, to put people who's going nowhere and to give them an avenue, both on a personal and professional development basis, so that they can achieve, so they can become successful in every endeavor in their life. My friends, I started from nowhere. And now I found a destination where I'm able to expand and impact thousands, literally thousands of people around the world. People write to me, thousands of people write to me. Right? And I appreciate all the emails. And listen, I just want to understand, there's a couple of people that says, hey, listen, why do you use cuss words? I don't fucking know. I just use cuss words, right? Because I tell you why. One reason why I use cuss words is because I want you to understand that I'm not here to satisfy statistics. I don't give a shit about statistics. I'm here to satisfy results. My results is based upon your ability to utilize these concepts, because you do have the ability to utilize these same concepts, implement it in your life, and have a profound impact in your life. And that's what it's about. That's what it's about. That's what I'm doing. That's what I do at Solomon's Ultimate Strategies. And today, especially at the end of the audio program, I want you to understand, I'm gonna teach you something that is so profoundly simple, yet profound, incredibly powerful, right? And that concept allows you to control every area of your life. Control your psychology, control your emotions. Just imagine you learning the techniques that will allow you to control how you make certain impact and certain decisions, right? Just imagine, I'm going to teach you, and they're so profound, so simple, it's going to blow your mind away. Just imagine you're able to control you're able to control the amount of food or junk food you eat by utilizing these principles, by preventing yourself from eating so much. You're able to control, like, if you don't feel like exercising, right? You're able to influence your mind in an instant, and then all of a sudden you're starting to exercise. And I'm going to teach you at the end of this video, right? But today, live with passion, right? Live with passion means doing what you love to do. My goal at Psalms Ultimate Strategies is to help the individual bring out the individuality. What does that mean? My goal is to help you bring out your own uniqueness, bring out the strengths, the resources, the experiences, the skills, combine it and allow that to create you. And that's who I want you, especially if you're in my business, especially if you're in my business, you're on my team. I want you to utilize that same unique selling proposition. That's what the business world uses. But I want you to utilize that strategic profit, what Rich Schefren says, and I'm gonna copy him because it is such a profound, powerful concept. I want you to build yourself, because you know who you are. You know what you're meant to do, you know what you're meant to be, and you know the amount of impact based on your experiences, skills, and knowledge, how you're able to impact people around the world. Right? And it's global, and you can do it. But and that's what I want you to understand. I want you to find that unique self, that unique person, created, and that's what I want you to expose. You see, I'm who I am. There's no freaking cutting. There's no material. I'm not reading anything. I'm going from my mind. Most importantly, I'm going from my heart. Because I know that the concept that I fucking use on a daily basis to teach you the strategies will have a profound impact. Only if you implement it in your life. Okay? So, what I want you to do is bring out the individuality within you and expose it and allow that individuality to make an impact in people's lives, right? Because people want to know you. And if there's people that don't want to know you, walk away from them, because there's thousands, literally millions of people. There's so many. Listen, your individuality, there's a niche for your own specific individuality, whether it's in business, whether it's personal development, and that's what I want you to understand and accept and build upon. Okay? See, I'm unique within these videos. Why? Because this is who I am, and I'm expressing myself throughout. I'm expressing who I am, and my expression is based upon my conviction in these profound strategies and principles that will absolutely have a literally revolutionizing impact in your life, right? So let me get going. What drives us? There's the two fundamentals. Now I'm going to beat this down to the pulp in future videos, because this is vitally important and you must understand. What drives us? The two fundamental factors that drives us to make any decisions, to take any actions, right, is to avoid pain, the concept of avoiding pain, and also to the concept of gaining pleasure. See, we do everything, and one is either more than the other, but we do everything in our power, in our freaking might, in everything, in our mind, to either avoid pain or gain pleasure. Your body will go into that fight or flight response mode, you see? And now you can strengthen that. You can strengthen that because you can utilize that same concept. If I'm going to avoid pain, it will make me to take action, you know? If I know by eating this food all the time and I see that eating these junk food and I see myself getting fat, getting lazy, not being able to provide for my family, guess what? I'm going to avoid that pain, and that will take me an immediate reaction to avoid that pain by pushing that junk food aside and then continue on. If I know that that doing push-ups every morning, and by the way, I did push-ups every morning, right? Because I want to provide. I want to provide the best. I want to be the best. I want to give my all, right? So I do push-ups in the morning. I do calisthenics. I do exercise in the morning, right? Because I want to give you my all. See, that gives me the pleasure. Before I start, I was like, wow, another set of push-ups or whatever. But I didn't know, and I thought about myself, but by doing push-ups, I know it's going to give me the ultimate pleasure of be able to really give all of myself and be in great physical shape, right? With the energy that I need to give 1,000% when I produce videos. See, that gives me tremendous pleasure. Whatever your pain is, whatever your pleasure is, I'll use that. Use that to your advantage to drive you to take action. You see, there was times where I wanted to, when I started my internet marketing business. And there's certain things that I didn't know, like SEO, search engine optimization, solo ads, and a lot of that stuff can be so boring, right? And this is what's amazing. Even though SEO was so boring, I learned it and I mastered the concept. Why? I learned it and I mastered the concept because I knew I wanted to avoid the pain of being broke in the future when I got out of the military, when I retired from the military. I wanted to receive that pleasure of being able to establish a lifestyle for my family, right? Establish a lifestyle for my family that I have total control of. I want to be able to accept the pleasure, receive the pleasure of being able to have an impact, being on stage and talk to literally thousands of people who's listening to me on how to make money online and who's joining my program, my business by the herds. You see, that's pleasure to me. That's pleasure to me. I wanted to avoid being broke. See, and then from that, because of those pain and pleasure concept, I was able to drive myself to read the books. The books started becoming interesting, to learn, to attend the seminars, to learn from the different programs, to take massive action. You see, that's what drives us. Avoiding pain and gaining pleasure is what drives us to take massive action. And if you're absolutely clear, and I always emphasize, if you're absolutely clear on your why, right? On your why, that alone, that's why all the successful people, they always say, you gotta know why. Why? You gotta know why. You gotta be absolutely clear on your why. And that's absolutely true. Because when you're clear on your why, you know what drives, you know your pain and you know your pleasure. You see? The reason why I'm creating these videos is because it gives me tremendous pleasure to know that I'm making an impact. I don't care if it's 1 million people. I don't care if it's one person. Because one life change, to me, is 1 million people, is 1 billion people. That's the ultimate service that I can give, even if it's just to one person. That's the ultimate pleasure that I have. To be able to build a business from nothing to over $21 million, to be on a team that generates over $21 million is absolutely phenomenal. Now, I'm not going to promise you that the concept that I teach you will make you a billionaire or a millionaire, right? I can't promise you, and I got to say that anyway. But I will tell you that these concepts will have a profound impact in your business and in your personal life, right? So what drives us? Avoiding pain and gaining pleasure. Right? We are driven by emotions. We are driven by emotions. And at the end of this video, I'm going to teach you how to control what's the driving factors that controls our emotions and how to utilize it and change it and implement it in your life so you can have total control over your emotions. Pain and pleasure is nothing but an emotion. All right? And once you're able to control that, once you're able to implement that, once you're able to allow to be the driver and not allow the pain and pleasure to drive you, then you'll then you'll be able to control your destiny in life. Okay, how to achieve mastery, right? This is profound, all right? How to achieve mastery. And these are basically long-term changes. See, I'm not telling you nothing that will teach you short-term changes. These are all long-term changes. These are all It's all about what you can do now to have an impact for the future, for your present, right? And then ultimately for your future. You see, it's what you do today on a daily basis that's going to inevitably have an impact in your life, in your future, right? And I'm not telling you that the concepts will make you rich and change you overnight, but I will tell you, if you implement these strategies, they will, without a doubt, undoubtedly have an impact. Have an impact. Have an impact in every quality of your life, long term. Right? Some of these strategies you can implement immediately and have it quick, right? Have it immediate. And it's because of that you'll be able to control your destiny. So how to achieve mastery, long-term changes. Number one, my friends, it's a must. You cannot go away from this. You gotta raise your standards. What are your standards? Only you can determine what are your standards from 1 to 10, right? What are your standards about weight? What are your standards about physical condition? About exercising? What are your standards about having a family? What are your standards about being a father? What are your standards about being a career? What are your standards with your business? And only you can measure that. Only you can measure your standards, from 1 being it's the worst, that you're miserable, and then from 10 being that this is the ultimate life, right? Only you can determine that. So you must determine what are your standards, right? And you must determine where you're at. And then based on where you're at, right, you need to get exact in the number 2, step 2. So you need to identify your standards. What are your standards, right? David Wood and David Sharp, David Wood, and they are the CEOs of Empower Network. And David Wood, he was a homeless guy. He was living in his van, and all he did was blog. That's all he did, and that's why he developed Empower Network based on a blogging concept. And he was poor. He didn't have nothing. But he raised his standards. He said, I will never settle for this. I will never settle less than, making over $100,000 a month. And he did exactly what he needed to do. Most importantly, listen to me, all he knew was to blog, because he didn't have no money. So his pain drove him, right, to blog, to learn about blogging, to make money blogging. And then he raised his standard. He said, you know what, I'm going to earn over $100,000 a month. And then now with the Empower Network system, he's teaching people how to earn $100,000 a month. And he raised his standards. You see, you're either going to allow your pain drive you down a hill or push you up the hill, right? And push you to overcome all the obstacles. Ultimately is your decision. So what are your standards? David Sharp, he was a drug addict, hanging out with in the prostitution house. His father had to come knock on the door, and this big guy comes out of the door and says, what do you want? And his father says, I'm here to pick up my son. And his father and Dave Sharp was at the low of the low. He has a daughter. He was about to lose his daughter. He was about to lose his marriage or whatever. He was at the low to low. He asked his father, I need help, Dad. Please help me. Please save me. His father, he was able to get help. So this tells you a story that even if you need help, get help. And these videos are helping you. They're teaching you. They're molding you. They're coaching you, right? Get help if you need it, right? Call me up. I will help you to raise your standards, but I can't do it for you. Right? That's the ultimate choice that you need to make. You need to take massive action on yourself. So David Sharp, he started learning about copyright. He started getting into business. And now him and Dave Wood created Empower Network. And now it's ranked like 400 in the Alexa ranking. And now they're getting about 10,000 people a month, right? And probably at the end of the year, they're going to have 100,000 people. And that's after 2 years, they have 100,000 people in their business, providing 100% commissions. And if you're interested, click on the link below, sign up, go on my team, and I will teach you how to utilize the same system that they use to help generate over $15,000 a month, right? Powerful, right? But you need to be, number 2, get specific. You need to have a target. Exactly what you want. You see, Dave, they have a target what they want with their business. You need to have a target on what you want, not only in your business life, but also in your personal life. Because one area ultimately affects the other, right? So if you have a bad family, relationship with your family or whatever, that will ultimately affect your business, right? And if you have bad business, guess what? That will ultimately affect your relationship. So what's interesting is, I remember when I started internet marketing, and I was getting frustrated. I tell you, I was just getting so frustrated because now I'm learning new terminology. I'm not seeing results. I've been at it for a good 7-8 months. I'm not seeing anything, no results. Sales trickle here and there, whatever. But I'm spending money, thousands of dollars a month, on marketing and not receiving any results. And I saw myself, like jumping at my daughter. She would ask something. I'd say, no, leave me alone. And my wife would ask me to do something. And I'd say, no, stop. And I'd get frustrated just trying to help her. All she needed was some help. But because I was so involved with building a business, right? I was losing who I really was and attacking the people that I loved in my life, right? And that's one thing I realized. So you want to know your target, determine your target, but determine your target in every area. So when you're working on your business, think about the target area on what you want to achieve with your family, right? When you're working and what you want to achieve with your personal life. You see, Jim Rohn says, what you want to do, his mentor told him, he said, listen, Jim, what you want to do is set a goal to achieve $1 million. And then once you achieve $1 million, then you can throw the money away, because it's not the money that's important, it's the person that you become that's important. So you have to ask yourself, in this process of both personal and professional development, what are you becoming? Are you becoming a better father while you're building a business? Are you becoming a better husband while building business? Are you becoming a better person while you build this business? That's why at Solomon's Ultimate Strategies, I provide you with the leading cutting edge of both personal and professional development. Because once that combined, right, that will build you into a unique individual that will allow you to maximize and leverage your strengths ultimately to have an impact around the world, right? So get specific. Number 3, you gotta ask the right questions. The right questions is what helps guide you to find the answers. The Bible says, if you search, you will find. The way you search is by asking the right questions, right? And just ask questions. You say, just ask questions. All right. So now I need to go back to number 2. Number 2 says determine your target, right? Something you can control. Determine your target, but only based on something you can control. You see, I can't control the weather. So that's not something that I'm going to put in. So if it rains, but I can't control my actions. I can't control how I feel. I can't control what I think, right? And so only when you determine your target, make sure it's based upon what you can control, right? So my target cannot be only if I will do this, I will exercise outside only if it's 30 degrees or it's 80 degrees, 90 degrees outside. No, right? You do it based on what you know, what you can control, right? That's your personal path. Now, I told you that I was going to teach you some profound, powerful strategies that will allow you to take action immediately, that will allow you to take control. And once you're able to take control of your emotions, you'll be able to take control of your thoughts and your physiology, right? So here it is, the power of choice. There's 2 things that will absolutely allow you total control of your life, of your emotions. Once you're able to control your emotions, you're able to control your life. Remember that. That's a fundamental concept. You control your emotions, you control your life. There's 2 ways to control your emotions, only 2 ways. Psychology and physiology. That's why it's vitally important that you exercise yourself so you can have the vitality, so you can have the energy to give, to be, to do all that you can do to have an impact, right? And it's all about providing value. You see, I don't give a shit what you think about me. What matters is what I think about myself. What matters is about the value that I'm able to give to the people that will have an ultimate impact in your life. That's what matters the most to me. Right? And as a result, I'm providing value, because if I wasn't providing value, there wouldn't be thousands of people that literally join my business every day because they want to join a leader, because they want to join someone who's able to master influence. You right? And once you're able to master your ability to control your emotions, your psychology, your physiology, then you'll be able to master and influence your own individuality. And people, my friends, People, that's an attractive character. That's an attractive character. And people are attracted to that. You see, people want to be with people who's comfortable with their own selves. See, if you're not comfortable with your own self, then people will not be comfortable with you. You see? So the two ways you can control how we think and how you feel. You can control that, right? And I'm going to tell you, the way you control how you feel is by exercising, doing cardio, breathing. Breathing is very powerful. And I'm going to teach these concepts. These concepts are in some of the videos. I'm going to teach you these powerful concepts. Breathing is very powerful. And once you're able to breathe, do yoga, push-ups. I love push-ups, calisthenics, jump rope, right? 10 minutes of jump rope is equivalent to like 40 minutes of cardio, right? So jump rope. Take a walk out in the woods or in a hike or whatever. Enjoy yourself. Take control of your physiology. Take control of what you eat, right? And then ultimately, the way you control your mind and how you think is by listening to these audio programs, because these audio programs will have a profound impact in your psychology, and that's what you want. You want to surround yourself with people who has a profound impact in your psychology so that you can think, be, and do what you need to do to achieve the ultimate success in life, to achieve your ultimate purpose in life, to live, my friends, with passion. My friends, this is what I want you to do. I want you to go down, click on the link below. If you haven't yet, join my team. If you want to learn how to make money online, join my team. And my assistant will contact you directly within 24 to 48 hours. Set up an appointment, and I'm pretty busy. My schedule is just so jam-packed. I'm pretty busy. But set up an appointment with me where I will determine, okay, I will create a specific, I will design a specific strategy plan for you to help you build your business or in your personal life. It doesn't matter, okay? It doesn't matter what it is. But click on the link below. There's so many opportunities for you to achieve, to make money online. And I found them, and that's how I was able to be part of a team that's making over $21 million in 14 months or 10 months, right? And now my team has grown over 54,000 people in 12 months. In 12 months, 54,000 people. How would you like to have 54,000 people on your team, right? Working with you and you making an impact in their lives. My friend, if it's meant to be, it's up to me. And it's up to you to make it possible. Because now you have the tools to be able to, now you have the power of choice to be able to control your psychology, how you think, and to be able to control how you feel based on your physiology. Now you have the tools. All right, my friends, join my team if you want, and leave a comment. And join my Facebook. Everything is on below. You can find me, Solomon Verderami. Join my Facebook team. Join my website. And my friends, ultimately, these strategies will allow you to live with passion.